What's up, guys? Some of you may be getting tired of these cutting tests, but I don't know. Some of you maybe are, maybe aren't. I don't know. I can't please everybody, but just to go ahead and test out 20CV a little bit more, I wanted to do a cardboard test. I don't have a whole lot of cardboard left, but it's enough to do a good little test. Hang on. Water. Well, actually, I'll just wait. I don't know if any of you guys, my viewers, I know I've personally talked to 3 people who were on the hunt for a 20CV Microtech Socom Elite after my video last night. And if you've looked on the internet, there was only like 4 websites that had them in stock, and 3 of those websites are completely sold out of the knife now. So I think my viewers took the internet by storm. Like, on the whole internet, there's only 1 site left that still has these knives in stock. So that's a pretty big deal. In the 20CV, at least. Same deal, same edge, about 42 degrees inclusive with a 600 grit micro bevel on it. So I think I'll show initial sharpness and then just go ahead and get cutting. This is edge retention and cutting performance because this is a nice thick blade. I want to see how it cuts this cardboard. But right now it's very sharp. So, like normal. This has a piece of glue on it, so I'm going to go ahead and rip that off. This 20CV steel did in fact land in spot number 1. The RJ Martin held its edge really well, but if you look at that video, it was hanging up through the phone book paper like halfway through the test. This thing completed the whole test and still sliced through the phone book paper like it was a clean edge. So it's definitely in spot number 1. It's not what I would have thought, and in a perfect world, it's not the result that I would have wanted, but it's the result I got, and I have to trust my results. So it's definitely in spot number 1. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get to the cutting. Just like the rope, it cuts really well, honestly. It cuts easier than the shenanigan that I was cutting with the other night. It just gets right through the cardboard. I don't see how, with a 5mm thick blade and just a regular old flat grind, I do not see how this thing cuts so well. It's like it defies physics with how well it cuts. You can go ahead and test sharpness. Just as clean as an edge can be. I like this blade length as well. You get a lot of good usable area. By the way, this is the same cardboard that I did the shenanigan test with. This is the rest of the box that I didn't cut. There's some tape there that I didn't cut off, so it's going to gum the knife up a little bit. The blade is warm from cutting, so it's a good time to stop. And I mean, it's so buttery smooth. It's missing the paper. I mean, you can hear it. Listen to it. It's a clean slice. Clean push cut. Beautiful. Beautiful. like I said, 20CV is chemically equivalent, roughly, to M390, so it's really no surprise that it performs so well. But is it a surprise that it performs better than S110? Yeah, it is. S110 on paper should blow this knife out of the water. So that's one good thing about testing. Is composition charts and heat treat data. It's all good, but it doesn't replace real-world use, real-world testing. Most of all, just cutting. Capture tests are great, but capture tests eliminate a lot of the human variable. And the human variable, it doesn't mean that humans are bad at cutting. It's just that Catra can't really accurately replicate the way humans cut. So Catra results don't always line up with human results. And that's why this kind of testing is important. And look at that. Look at that. Still just so clean. I probably won't even sharpen the knife after this test. I'm just going to carry it. It still has tons of bite. Tons of bite. How would I have ever known Monday when I was in the knife store and I spotted this 20CV and I grabbed it? How would I have ever known that it would have changed my whole outlook on knives? Like, this 5mm thick blade with a steel I've never heard of just absolutely dominates, well, a steel I've never used, absolutely dominates anything I've ever used in my life. I love it when things like that happen. That's a good show of the performance. You can get slivers that thick off cardboard with a 5mm thick blade. I mean, that's pretty good. Being able to get that small of a piece off with a 5mm thick blade. Look at that. I mean, that's a tiny cut. It's good performance. Last cut. See what we have here. It's like I haven't even cut anything. It's honestly, it feels like I haven't cut anything. Anything. It's just as clean as it was before I did the test. It's unreal. The other steels, they slice paper at this point, but they do it with effort and they do it begrudgingly. They don't just melt through the paper. I mean, this thing is I can't get it across to you guys. You can't feel it, so you just have to take my word for it. But hopefully you can hear it. It's just melting through the paper. No effort whatsoever. I mean, it's so sharp. It's push cutting. Look at that push cut. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. I think I'll be carrying one of these 20CV Socom Elites for years and years and years and years to come. Because this is honestly the best performing knife that I've ever come across in my whole life. I have a CPM Rex 121 Mule, a custom knife by Fareed that is going to be ready sometime in the future. I don't know when. That may beat this, but I don't know till I see it. Honestly, don't know till I see it. Will it shave hair? Oh, all day. It was popping hair. Absolutely popping the hair off my arm, which my fiance is going to hate. So yeah, it's definitely the #1 performer that I've ever tested. Extra surprising, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's just, it is what it is. It beat everything else that I've ever tested. And even in this test, I mean, you guys hear it. I wish you could feel it, but you can't. It literally feels like I haven't cut anything. I'm not even going to sharpen it. I'm just going to stick it back in my pocket. It doesn't need sharpening. So, surprised again. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you next time.